Welcome to the playoffs, Tecmo Super Bowl 2 Special Edition, full season, and I think I gotta zoom out a little bit. I wish there was an easier way to get my camera set up. Anyways, we're going to be seeing the Denver Broncos and Miami Dolphins. Now, Season 1, Denver Broncos did not make the playoffs, Miami did. Miami ended up beating the Steelers in round 1, and they got beat by the Oilers in round 2. Last season, Miami did not make the playoffs, but Denver did, and Denver had gotten beat in the first round of the playoffs, so a little history on the two teams in my Tecmo full seasons. In this season, which is our third season on my Tecmo, we both made the playoffs. Take a look at the standings. Miami Dolphins, 10-6, wildcard team. Denver Broncos, also 10-6, wildcard team. So that should be pretty interesting. Denver's got plus 73. Miami's actually minus, so Denver Broncos should have the home field advantage in this game, but it's kind of hard to say, because they don't always do it the way it's supposed to be. So I think in the AFC, the team on the left side will have home field advantage. And on here, I think it's the team on the right side. I don't know, but this Tecmo Super Bowl 2 Special Edition, which I've never done a full season on, now Tecmo Super Bowl 3 Final Edition might be different. That's kind of weird. The NFC screen appears to be bigger than the AFC screen. You notice it's all blue. When you go to the AFC screen, it's all red, but you still see a sliver of the NFC screen in there. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Computer versus computer. Rain. Okay, so Miami gets home field advantage even though Denver had the better record. So now they both had a 10-6 record, but Denver had more points. In this game, when two teams are tied with the same record, it goes by the points. The difference between plus and minus.
24, red, 24. Cut.
What kind of music is this? It sounds like it's nothing but a drum beat. There's like no tune.
43. Cut. Pass incomplete. Brown, 52. Brown, 52. Cut. Touchdown.
And Denver scores first. This might actually be a close game. Kinda hard to say.
Check. Cut. Red, 32. Cut.
to get as many games done over the weekend as I can.
First down.
But with as fast as these batteries drain down on my camera and as
Set.
the length that it takes to recharge them,
Cut.
it might be kind of difficult.
First down. Blue 43. Blue 43. Cut. Touchdown.
And Miami scores. That's really annoying the way you only see the rain and snow during the cutscenes. Like right now, it looks like clear weather. When they show the goalpost, all of a sudden it's raining. Previous game didn't have that problem,
Blue 43. Blue 43. Cut.
but the previous game, the grass didn't quite look as real. Last game, the field looked more like a painted
Blue 48.
floor.
Blue 48. Cut.
Next game, we're going to get a good combination of both. The field's going to look realistic like this, and we're also going to see the rain and snow actually falling.
Ready. Set. Cut. Blue 48. Blue.
It might be a
Blue
pretty
48.
good
Blue
scoring
48.
game back and forth.
Cut. Touchdown.
That was crazy. All kinds of guys look like they're going to stop, but kept right around them all.
Ready. Set. Cut.
I'm definitely going to get the EFC and
Brown.
NFC
Brown.
first game done right away.
Cut.
And after the two games, I'm going to run out to Best Buy and see if I can get an independent battery charger and maybe an extra battery or two.
Blue 43. Blue 43.
I only got two batteries right now.
Cut.
One battery usually lasts about an hour. So if I can get a game like within a half hour, it might be possible to do a second game. So, if that second game ends up running into overtime, I'm going to run out of
Red
juice.
24. Cut. Ready. Set. Cut. Red
it looks like the Dolphins might end up winning this game, even though it's still pretty early in the game.
Touchdown!
They are now up by 2. I got one of my games in the mail that I ordered. I got Beetlejuice on the NES. I don't think I've ever played Beetlejuice. The only reason I ordered that game along with Back to the Future and Back to the Future Part 2 and 3 is I plan on doing a review on how terrible LJN games were. I decided to buy a few really games that really weren't that fun. And they're fun enough for a few minutes. One of the games back in the day were good enough to rent but not worth buying. Nowadays, Nintendo games are so cheap that it really doesn't matter. Beetlejuice is like $13, I think. And the other two were like $6 something and $9 something. Back in the old days, NES games were like, if I remember correctly, I think they're like $20 a piece, or $20, $25. Now, of course, I never really bought any games myself back then, because I was still pretty young, so anytime I wanted a Nintendo game, I usually get it for Christmas or birthday. I really didn't ask for too many games because I used to rent them all the time. And the Dolphins or the Broncos are running away with the game. On my computer and look at games coming out.
Blue 48! Blue 48!
So whoever wins this game is going to have to take on the Buffalo Bills. They were the team that won the Super Bowl last season, and they were the only team that was able to beat me this season. Make sure I didn't end up with a 15-1 record, but that's because some of the games were auto-skipped by the computer. But the only teams that actually beat me this season were the Buffalo Bills. They just might end up winning the Super Bowl again.
Red 32! Red 32! Cut! 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 Cut!
I have a feeling Dallas is probably going to do it though. if not me, as the Packers. So here we are at the halftime, Denver. Well, the Broncos are dominating in rushing yards, 84-22. Passing yards are not really up that high. 82-73. Total yards, 166-95, which is a little bit better. 50 yards better. Over 50 yards, but first downs are tied at 5, and look at on defense, Denver's got 1 sack to 0, but the Broncos score is crushing them 28-10. It's going to be a while before I get to play. This problem with the playoffs is I gotta wait for I think through 5 games before I get to play, maybe more than that. I think it's like 7 games I gotta wait through. Probably the 8th game of the playoffs where I finally get to play my first game.
Blue 43, blue 43. Cut. Red 24.
It's kind of funny if you try kicking like a 50-yard field goal, sometimes you can't make it, you won't even make it to the goalpost. Yet, the quarterbacks can throw the ball, there's like really no limit to how far they could throw it. Like he could be in one end zone, your receiver can be in the other end zone, and the throw would be like a 120-yard pass from back of the end zone to the front of the other end zone. And still, he has no problem throwing it that far.
Ready, set, cut.
I think I could kick a football a lot further than I could throw one.
Blue 43, blue 43. Cut.
Oh, that was a fail. Got it back though. Yeah, Miami's just really falling apart. The Denver Broncos did have a better record though. They were plus, I forgot how many points. Miami was minus, so Broncos were better, but I wouldn't expect them to be this much better, considering they did have the same record.
24. Cut, 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 cut. Set. Ready. Cut, 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 cut.
I plan on ordering a bunch of games. Almost got a touchdown.
First down.
I mentioned them in the previous video of the games I want to get.
Set. Ready. Cut, 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 cut. Blue, 48.
Plan on getting Super Pitfall, Punisher, Popeye, Balloon Fight,
Blue, 43. Blue, 43.
Arch Rivals, Battletoads, Chessmaster,
Cut, cut.
Dr. Mario, and Ghostbusters Part 2. I currently have Back to the Future and Back to the Future Part 2 and 3
32.
on the way.
Cut, 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 cut.
I also have a couple Sega Genesis games that I never had a chance to do, and I don't know where I put them. And I plan on uploading some more games in the week too, or downloading more games. I'm thinking about downloading Mega Man Part 2, even though I hated Part 1.
Blue, 43. Blue, 43. Cut, 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 cut. Set. Ready. Cut, 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 cut.
Going into the fourth quarter. Denver up by
Blue,
21
43.
points.
Cut, 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 cut.
Yeah, Miami's not looking too good.
Ready. Set. Cut, 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 cut.
Dan Marino is a great football player, but he is a terrible actor.
Turnover.
He was in the movie Ace Ventura, and he did a terrible job at acting.
Ready. Set. Cut, 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 cut.
That was stupid. You break away from the player. Why would you dive? You might as well keep on
Blue,
running.
43. Blue, 43. Cut, 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 cut. Blue, 43. Blue, 43. Cut, 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 cut. Blue, 43. Blue, 43. Cut, cut,
Yeah, so
cut,
after this
cut,
game-
cut, cut, cut.
NFC NFC game.
Red,
And I'm trying to
24,
get there right
red,
now.
24.
I'll look for
Cut,
it.
cut, 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 cut.
It's kind of hard to find out in this video that
Blue,
I'm
43.
looking at on my
Blue, 43.
computer because
Cut, 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 cut.
I can't change the picture the way I can on the actual video game. The next AFC game will be Kansas City and Seattle. That'll be coming after the first NFC game.
Red, 32. Red, 32. Cut, cut, cut.
Okay,
cut,
after this
cut,
game will be
cut.
should be the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. have the Chiefs and Seahawks, and then Dallas and New York Giants, which will be a
Blue 43.
pretty good matchup.
Cut, 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 cut. Blue 48. Blue 48. Cut, 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 cut. Blue 43. Blue 43. Cut, 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 cut. First down.
Make it so annoying. They do that in every game called timeout. The losing team.
Red 24.
Every play.
Cut, 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 cut.
Miami's going to score 3 touchdowns
Cut, 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 cut.
just to tie it up. But you know, it doesn't matter even if they could score 3 touchdowns in 2 minutes. You gotta hit the extra point, and you know, in this game, Miami scores a touchdown.
Blue 43.
We're gonna end up going for a 2-point conversion.
Cut, cut, cut. Touchdown.
Okay, so here comes the 2-point conversion afterwards. See, every single time, the losing team always goes for 2.
32. Red 32. Cut, 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 cut. No good.
I mean, it took them how long to score a touchdown? What makes them think they're going to get the 2-point conversion?
Red 24. Red 24. Cut, 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 cut. Red 32.
This was the
Cut,
first
cut,
game
cut, 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 cut.
that put the 2-point conversion in it, so that was a pretty cool feature. But I don't think they really, when they incorporated it in the game, I don't think they really
Blue 48. Cut,
planned it out too well.
cut, cut, cut.
They kind of designed it where the losing team always goes for 2 points. I mean, even when it's not necessary.
Brown 52. Cut, 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 cut.
Well, what was it the other? I think it might have been the last game
Red 24.
where the one team was losing, the other team scored a touchdown. They needed the extra point to tie it up. Instead, they go for a 2-point conversion, and they ended up failing, so they're a point behind. I think that was last game, Pittsburgh and
Blue 43.
San Diego, but I'm not sure.
Cut, 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 cut. Blue 48. Cut, 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 cut.
Last play of the game.
Red 32. Red 32. Cut, 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 cut. Touchdown.
Look at that, the ball wasn't even over the end zone line. The player was laying on the field, the ball wasn't even touching the end zone line, and they gave it a touchdown. There are many times where I was laying on the end zone, and the ball was clearly either on the line or over, and they didn't call it a touchdown. statistics, Denver had 189 rushing yards to 50. Passing yards, pretty close, 89 to 88. Total yards, Broncos 278. Dolphins 138. First downs, 12-7. Broncos led. Sacks 3-2. Interception 0. Miami forced 2 fumbles. Denver forced 1 fumble. There's a look. Denver is going to go on take on the Buffalo Bills. Next game, I'm thinking it should be Philadelphia, Minnesota. That's the way Tecmo Super Bowl 3 Final Edition does it. We'll start with the first game will be the one on the far left. Game 2 will be the NFC on the far right. And Game 3 goes Kansas City and Seattle. And Game 4, Dallas and New York. That's the way they do it in the next game, so I imagine this game's going to be the same way. As for home field advantage, they gave Miami home field advantage there. See, I think what they do is they got it set up where the team on the right gets home field advantage, so that way Buffalo and Pittsburgh, being 2 teams with the bye, will get home field advantage in the playoffs. But see, that kind of ruins it for Denver and Miami. Denver should have had home field advantage here. See, now the next game, Seattle will probably get home field advantage, but that's okay because Seattle had the better record. See right there, Seattle and Kansas City. Seattle had won the division, and Kansas City was the wild card team, so that makes sense right there. Now in the NFC, it should be the opposite. The team on the left should have home field advantage. So that's okay for Green Bay, San Francisco, and Dallas, but the Philadelphia, Minnesota game is going to be just rip-off, just like the Denver-Miami game. We're probably going to see Philadelphia get home field advantage. And if we take a look at the records, both teams were wild card teams. Philadelphia was 10-6. Vikings 12-4. So the Vikings had a much better record, but Philadelphia's probably going to get home field advantage just because of the way they got it set up like that. See, the artificial intelligence was pretty limited back in the 16-bit era. Even like the hockey games, NHL 95, NHL 96, all them games, it was where you play the best of 7 series. It's supposed to go, in real life it goes 2 games at home, 2 games on the road, and then home, road, home. In Super NES games, Electronic Arts, they had it where when you play a 7-game series, all 7 games are at the one stadium, the home team, so that's where it was kind of messed up. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the game. See you in the next video, which should be Philadelphia, Minnesota.